Next, psychological level. Again and again being reminded about time. Again and again remembering about the time and the stress again disturbs your whole being. See, the more number of thoughts, again and again you remember that you are having only less time. You are having only less time and time is running. Time is not, you are not able to do anything. The more the TPS you feel that life is, you are under the stress. That is why we say hell is always eternal. Why we say hell is always eternal? Because when you feel that you are under stress, you feel you are in hell. If you look into your life, there is a beautiful Zen saying. It's a wonderful saying. If you want to delay anything, do it in a hurried way. Do it hurriedly. If you want to delay anything, do as fast as possible. When you do as fast as possible, you will not do mistakes, you will just do blunders. So naturally, the whole thing has to be redone. And when you live with such a stress, you can be sure you will not have the satisfaction that you lived your life. When we don't have a satisfaction that we lived our life, whatever product you deliver, I tell you, the quality of your mind will simply express on the quality of the products which you deliver. Whatever you may do, you may say that you achieved the goal in the outer world because of stress. But I can be sure, if you can avoid that idea of stress, you will achieve 10 times more. Because the energy unleashing will be more through your body mind when you are not internalizing the chronological time, the concept of the chronological time. If it is not internalized, you will be able to unleash your potential energy in much more better way. Again, coming to the point of the chronological time, internalizing the chronological time. The more you internalize it, the more you make yourself weak, because the concept of time by nature it is negative, especially in the West. The more the time moves, you are moving towards the negative aspects of your life. The other day I was seeing an elderly lady. She came to one of our program. Next day morning, she is supposed to be there in the program for 6 o'clock. She came late. And I asked her, what happened? Why are you late? She said that she has to do all the makeup, all that, washing the hair and dyeing it, or all the things. I asked, in this age, why do you want to do all these things? Why don't you relax from all these things? You know, these are not good for health. And the chemicals which you are applying on your body is not going to keep you healthy. Why do you use? She told me one shocking word. She said, Swamiji, here we have to compete with youngsters. We have to look young. We can't afford to look old. We have to compete with youngsters. So in this society, the more the time passes, you are going to face the negative aspects of the life. So when again and again you remember time, unconsciously you infuse dullness into your being. The very remembrance of the time pulls down your energy. Mentally, the very remembrance of the time is enough to pull you down from your energy. And the stress level is just hiked up just by the remembrance of the time. And you remember about the time more because you are continuously either bothered about the past or worrying about the future. You are just pulled and pushed. Never we live in the present. When we come to the present, automatically the concept of time disappears. When you come to the present, number of thoughts reduces and you do not even know how your life passes, how the time moves and how your life rolls. You remember about the time again and again because your mind is pulled and pushed between the past and the future. In every level, in every state of your being, you are either thinking about the past or about the future. The psychological time without living in the present moment, just being pulled and pushed by this time, just steals your peace and bliss. When I say time the ultimate thief, I mean continuously bothering about the past and the future without living in the present moment. The moment you come down to the present moment, a tremendous potential energy, high potential energy will be unleashed or released in your whole being. You will be rejuvenated with a new being, with a new energy. There is a beautiful concept in Zen Buddhism. In Zen, again and again they say, whatever is energy. You are inside energy. You are inhaling and exhaling energy. Of course, in the Rishi culture also, they say again and again, whatever is energy. Ishavasyam idam sarvam. Whatever exists is energy. But in our life, the more the time passes, the more the day passes, we only become less energetic. Here, one side, all the great mystics, they claim the more you get old, you are supposed to become more energetic. That is why in the East, we always worship the elderly people. We turn towards them for guidance, advice and for everything. Youth is not worshipped. Only old, the elderly people are worshipped there. We turn towards to them. We turn and we look from them. We look to hear from them. When Rishi culture again and again says, whatever exists is energy, why are we not able to experience it? Where we are missing? There is a missing link. The missing link is you are caught with the past and the future, which is not existence, which is not reality, which is only imaginary level. Whether it is your past or the future, it's only imaginary level. What you perceive as the past or the future is not the reality. You are not perceiving the reality. Whatever you remember about as your past, whatever you remember as your past is only your remembrance. Please be very clear, it is not your past. It was not your past. We always remember, my childhood days are golden days. My college days are heaven. When I was in India, it was such a wonderful thing. But be honest, when you really lived that time, when you lived, was it great? No. When you lived, it was not. Now your mind again and again projects or reminds you it was great. Whatever you remember about your past is only your remembrance, your perception, not the reality. And the same way, whatever you remember about the future, all your worries, all your insecurity problem, all your fears, everything is only going to be your perception. It's not going to be a real future. I have seen people continuously worrying. See, in the beginning, if you have some reason to worry, you worry. After some time, you worry you master the art of worrying. You don't need some reason. You don't need some special reason. You can just create some reason. And after that some time, even if you don't find any reason, you simply start worrying. You are just habituated for that. You are just living with worries, nothing else. It is just a mental habit. Actually, I did a small research with a group of people. I collected some 50 people, told them to write whatever worries they have about their next 6 months. About the next 6 months, whatever fears, insecurity problem, worries you have, please pen it down. Actually, even according to psychologists, you can't visualize more than 6 months of your life. You may try to make a calendar for 1 year. You may try to visualize about after 4-5 years and all. They say the data which you have, with that you can process only next 6 months of your life. And now they say it is coming down because the changes are happening so much of changes in all the level, socially, politically, economically, in all the levels, so much of changes are happening. They say that is even coming down. 6 months is the time maximum you can visualize about the future. So I told them, whatever fears and insecurities you have, please pen it down. They penned it. And then after 6 months, again we all met. And I collected those papers when they penned it down. After 6 months, all of us again met. I distributed that paper and asked them to tick how many of your worries have become reality. How many of your worries have become reality? You will be shocked to see the result. Hardly 3%. Actually only 3%. If there are 100 worries written by each person, only 3% is the maximum. I am telling about the maximum. Only 3%. Then can you imagine how much of mental energy is getting wasted? How much of your visualization capacity is getting wasted? How much of your power to create is getting wasted? The more you worry, the less you create. The more you are stressed, the less you are expressing. All your concept about future is only your concept. It is not going to be your future. Please be very clear. Feel relieved. You are not going to have the future which you are thinking. If at all God blesses you to have the future which you are thinking, you will be damaging yourself more than what you think. You will be damaging yourself very badly. You can be relieved. You will not have the future of what you are visualizing. Whatever you visualize, even if you visualize your future with all possible goodness, your visualization capacity itself is not enough to visualize all the dimensions of your future. So whether it is your perceptions about past or your ideas about the future, it is just your ideas. It is not the reality of what is. The reality is only the present moment or the moments which you are having in your hand. The moment you relax into the present moment, the moment you relax into this moment, simply you will see your body and mind will have a new energy. I tell you, just for a few minutes, do this as an exercise. Just for a few minutes, close your doors and sit relaxed way and say, I accept my life as it is. My life, my comforts, my relationships, my body, my mind, I accept everything as it is now. Let me accept myself and the whole thing as it is now and come to the present moment. The moment you take a clear sankalpa, sankalpa means a conscious decision. The moment you take a conscious decision, very clearly come down to this present moment and start relaxing, you will be surprised, I can say you will be shocked to see the energy which happens to your being. Actually, only then you touch your inner being. Only then you touch your inner being, the source of your energy. As long as you are bothering about the future or thinking about the past, you will be away from the source of energy. The source of energy is always the present moment. When you come to the present moment, only then you are rejuvenated, you are fresh, you are alive, you start living. Physically, the concept of time makes you old, sick, uneasy. Mentally, the concept of time gives you stress, load and boredom. That's one more problem. Boredom is one of the important problem because of the concept of time. There is one beautiful Zen story. One great Zen master, he had some stomach problem. So doctors have advised him, his physicians have advised him not to eat anything and just to have the same type of herbal food, the food with a little bit of herbs, same type of food every day. So for more than 10 years he used to have same type of food. One day the devotee who cooks, the disciple who cooks for him, she came and told him, Master, are you not bored? I am bored cooking the same food every day for you. Are you not bored eating the same food? And he said in a beautiful way, he said, same food. I am not eating the same food every day. How can I eat the same food every day? Every day the food is different. Every day it is new. It is not old. It can't be old. How can I eat the same food every day? Once I eat, I have finished. Next day naturally it is different food, new food. When you have a concept of time, again and again you think, oh, same office, same house, same routine, same wife and same life. You feel that life is same. The concept of boredom is also again because of the concept of time, concept of Shana. When you are caught with the past, you feel the past is getting repeated. When you are caught in the samskaras of the past, you feel the same samskara is getting repeated. You are repeating the past again and again. It is just your conscious choice to liberate yourself from the past and the future, the present. The psychological time, or the concept of psychological time, again gives you stress and it takes away your peace and reduces your efficiency. Above all, gives the idea of boredom. It is same. The idea of boredom happens to you because of this concept of psychological time. Understand the concept of time both the ways, physically and mentally, disturbs you. If you can have a little bit of conscious choice, and if you can open yourself to a new way of thinking, if you can analyze and understand to the new way of thinking, perceiving the time, means understand, the more you grow old, you will be mastering the techniques of living with this body and in this world. You will be mastering the techniques of living in this body and living in this world. So naturally, you don't have to think, visualize, believe. By getting old, you have to fall sick. First break that concept. Next, try to live in the present moment instead of being pulled and pushed by the past and future. These two can solve the problems of time in the physical and mental level. This two is more than enough to help you in the spiritual level. And moreover, all our problems are only physical and mental. None of our problems is spiritual. So once these two are solved, naturally you will have the spiritual growth. or the spiritual well-being, spiritual understanding. So I pray to the ultimate energy to guide us all to understand the concept of time, Kshana, and go beyond that Kshanika. Kshanika means slowly getting detrayed or slowly getting rusted out, slowly disappearing. Let it save us from the Kshanika or getting slowly the slow dying process or getting slowly disappearing from this existence, and give us the real health and bliss, peace, the eternal bliss, Nityananda. Thank you.